everybody. I am Joel Intezor, and today I have the pleasure to talk with Kiran. And this is, first of all, I have to caveat one thing that this project is for my one of my class at Austin Community College, and it is a information an interview from somebody that you don't know. So it is my first time that meet Kiran in person, and we talk from here. All right, Kiran, thank you so much for your time.
Hi, the pleasure is mine, man.
All right, so I'm going to ask about all technology today, since I knew that first that you are working with your field is technology, you're doing all this work related to technology, and you're a data engineer. So let's talk about specifically today about data engineering. All right.
All right.
So first of all, first question would be, let's go a little bit back to your background. That where you came from and how did you become a data engineer?
Yeah. So I came from India. Like I was previously in electrical and electronics engineering. So I was like jobless for 8 long months after I graduated my bachelor's.
Great.
And then I thought I'll find some job, and I finally landed up in getting a tech support job at Cognizant Technology Solutions. I had no background in IT, but I learned, like, my first job I learned a lot, like the way you talk to users, the way you talk to customers and like to everybody, right? And then so I got 2 promotions in like within a span of like 3.5 to 4 years. And then my last role in the Cognizant Technology Solutions was tech lead, so which is a big role. But then I was still not satisfied with myself and my job, because I was just doing the monotonous job again and again, no automations and everything. So I thought, okay, I need to find a job which gives me satisfaction and where I can work 9 to 5, and then I'm done and I can just go play something outside because I'm an outdoorsy person.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, sure, I'll find something. Okay, let me find some job which gives me good work-life balance and then money. So I googled what was the like top 10 paying jobs in 2020.
Wow.
And then I thought, okay, everywhere it started about data. And then I also had I was like intrigued by how data was processed and how it was stored, right? Like the best example I can tell you is, like, I was just thinking about how my Google Maps is giving me right suggestions for me to take to a particular route. And also it was giving me suggestions to the places I go and every day. And then so I was just thinking, like, each and every place I go for example, from destination A to destination B, each and every step of mine is getting stored somewhere. So I was just really intrigued how it was stored and things. So that's how I got interest in data. And then I did a couple of certifications, and one of it was like Microsoft Azure AI certification, and I learned a lot. It was a lot of learning curve. And then I thought, hey, I did my certification, so let's do some, I thought I'll do my master's to get more knowledge. And then I'm here, and after getting master's, I got into Barclays as a data engineer.
Wow.
And then after 1 year, I switched my job. Like right now I work for Toyota as a data engineer.
Great. Wow. So you came from India, and you were. I just love what you said, that you were wondering, like Anishan said, that imagine I should take you from point A to point B, and you were doing you did the same thing, that you were wondering about data, where my data, my information is storing, right? And why, how, when you talk about like place, or when you talk about something, I know, and you go to Google, and the Google already give you suggestions, right?
That's right.
And you were like, how did they hear us, right? Something like that. Okay, great. So it's all about data, right? Data. So let's talk about data. What data is, and what is data engineering?
Okay. So that's a good question, actually. So what is data?
Yeah.
I feel each and every I consider each and everything as a data point, right?
Okay.
Like, for example, like as per our previous example, the way you are here right now, later you'll go back somewhere else.
Right.
So that's a data point for me, and then you go to that's data point for me.
Okay.
So I feel you need a better way to process the data. Like, so as a data engineer, my job is to reduce the complexity, the way it's processed,
Alright.
and then how can I give best solution through my code or my solution.
Okay. Okay. Great. All right. So, as a data engineer, you mentioned that you guys are really like to solve the complexity.
Right.
Right. And right now, nowadays, we have, as you see, as we see that, as we are experiencing already, artificial intelligence.
Right.
Like ChatGPT, Flexibility, Google Gemini, and everything.
Right.
How data engineers are helping AI engineers, or how AI is helping data engineers.
So everything is interconnected in data field.
Okay.
Right. Right from how you clean the data, how you process it, how are you going to supply the data to the models.
Everything has a process.
And everything has a process, right? Like after the models, you train the models.
Right.
You have different tools and techniques to train the models, and then you have different data science platforms. Also,
Right.
you integrate with Google Gemini
Right.
and everything. So you can do each and everything with AI actually. Right from as a data engineer, it helps me for my data quality. It gives me best practices. Like for example, I can give you a best scenario where we use GitHub Copilot,
Okay.
which tells you and suggests you what is the best way to write the code and crack the algorithm so that it's
All right.
it reduces the time and speed of the problem.
Okay. Great. You mentioned you gave us a very good example. Let's go a little bit to your. I'm sure that working. You mentioned that you work at Barclays. You worked at, for example, also during your master. I'm confident that you have done lots of projects as well, right?
Right.
Tell us about some projects that you really understood the value of data, and how did you work there, and how that project became a successful project for you.
Yeah. So during my masters, I worked with my professor, Dr. Charles, and we worked on a project where it was a cybersecurity project and a data project.
Okay, great.
So we had a VR Oculus.
Okay.
That was the first time I ever used a VR like Oculus. So I integrated a VR with cyber security. Like for example, if you connect to a data center, it gives you data points, and if you wear the VR, it tells you the different data nodes and which particular node has problem or vulnerable, so that you go and fix it.
Okay.
So it's a AR come security come data project.
So if I start to become a data engineer,
Okay.
For those people who really want to become a data engineer, well, you're lucky that you knew that I'm gonna become a data engineer, and then you chose your path. Today you're here, a data engineer at Toyota, so such a big company, right? So how long is it gonna take for me or for other students or any other any people who want to become a data engineer? How long is it gonna take for them? And what do you like step by step? If everything has a process, what do you suggest the process? Like, okay.
Yeah, step by step one. Yeah, got it.
What do you say about that?
That's a very good question actually. If I would have if I had a friend who's looking into coming into data engineering who he knew nothing,
Right.
I would firstly tell him to go and look into brush up his Python skills for.
Okay.
I bet everybody whoever is in data knows Python.
Okay.
They don't have to know, but if they really want to learn, it's gonna be easy. Python is just like English, like it's like English.
It's a language, right?
The way you interact, it's close to English.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way. So it would take someone to brush up like 2 or 3 days, and then instead of learning everything, take up a project.
Okay.
And then dive into it. Get your hands dirty, get your feet wet into the water, and then explore it. So Python, go with Python first, and SQL.
SQL.
Yeah, SQL for 2 or like a week or so
Mhm.
with SQL.
Okay.
If you want really strong, I would just take 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
But like if you really want to like know how you join the tables, how you use your window functions and everything, like a week.
Mhm.
Python, Python should be done like it has to. You have to keep coding in Python every day
Mhm.
and keep learning SQL,
So,
a
okay.
little bit of Excel for a day,
Right.
and then cloud maybe for like a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to learn everything,
Right.
just know the basics.
So basic.
So
What things were.
so everything put together like a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should be fine.
Like, how about now if you show us something like in your computer that how like data engineering is like on the browser. For example, if I go today on toyota.com,
Mhm.
right? What is your job, your position there? If you show me like in your,
Yeah, sure.
in your computer, right?
Yeah. So so this is the Toyota's website.
Okay.
There's nothing which
Can
has
you
to
zoom
get,
this?
which has to be kept as a secret. But what my job is that like how do I get rid of my cars from the parking lot, like from the parking lot of the dealer,
Okay.
right? So we have how efficiently you can sell these vehicles
Okay.
by writing models.
Yeah. So.
Why is someone able to like sell Corolla hybrid a lot,
Mhm.
not 4Runner a lot,
Okay.
right? Like
Okay.
it could be different reasons, right? Depending on the zip code, it could be depending on the colors, it could be pricing.
Okay.
So everything changes, right? There are many things.
Right.
So we calculate.
You calculate
models.
all those things, and then you analyze it. Like, okay, that's why the reason that most people are going for Toyota Camry
Yeah.
or Toyota Corolla or not foreigners.
Exactly.
Or something else, right?
It could be price, it could be color, it could be availability, and it could be also different reasons, right? Like
Right.
models as well, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you just saw, how important it is to become a data engineer. It is every day serving other people. Like when I go to any website of cars or not just car, anything, data engineers are working behind those things so that it makes it easier for us to get access to all those information that we want or the product that we want. They make it easier for us.
Yeah. Also, it's not a very boring job. The
Yeah.
recent projects was I worked in LLMs.
Mm-hmm.
It's called large language models. Something and also semantic search
Mm-hmm.
was one of the cutting edge technologies.
Okay.
It's where you don't have to worry about SQL, where you select star from blah blah blah. Nothing.
Okay.
You just have to search who is the president of America, right?
Right.
You'll get it through
Yeah.
LLMs. So
Wow.
that's one of the nice projects.
Yeah.
So it's actually a very good job and highly paid role. So it's like
Right.
I suggest to look into this
Yeah.
data science and data engineering roles.
And feature.
Mhm.
Data engineer with AI and feature. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's like I told, it's gonna help you everywhere, right from the code quality, the way you process this data, and also obviously data as a data engineer, you just don't do data engineering. You also look into models every day, each and every day,
Mm-hmm.
which gives the business
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of like for example, they it saves them money, man. Like
Right.
like especially for me,
Mm-hmm.
our job is to save money.
Mm-hmm.
So save people who love you if you save money, right? Like
Right.
for any business, right?
Right.
So that is what I can say.
Great.
So having AI
Mm-hmm.
makes your job easy, right?
Easier. Right
You-
now, like ChatGPT.
Yeah, I was
Gemini,
never
they
into
help us a lot.
UI or like front end programming, but
Right.
right now after AI, I'm able to know what it is, what's happening in my code, and I can do. I can build from back end to front end without help, without anyone's help, using AI.
Wow. What is your advice for like people who want to become a data engineer, and also if for me or for anyone or any student that they became a data engineer, how they become a successful data engineer in the future?
Um, don't code a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Try to solve some like a real business problem.
Mm-hmm.
So more number of code lines, more number of problems. If you
Right.
code like less number of lines, you're gonna solve the problems, and then you should really give value to the business, right?
Mhm.
Otherwise, there's no point of coding.
Oh.
So
Nice.
as data engineer, you need to provide some value, and like you should really be interested in data.
All right,
Yeah.
Kiran, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for listening to us.